What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. I'm Gobi. With me tonight is DrNiggle, OmegaConstruct, and Zero Burn 75. How y'all doing tonight?
Peachy.
All right.
If I was any better, I'd be twins.
I don't know what that means.
Moving on.
Just get past it. Just go with it.
We're just going with it. Yeah. Actually, not bad Monday. Got the AC fixed, got the pool fixed. I can finally get a peaceful night's sleep because it's not 90 fucking degrees in the house. Yeah, that'll be fun. Oh, and we got a tropical storm coming at us.
Nice.
Because why not?
What's the name of the tropical storm?
Christobal.
Cristobal.
Hurricane Storm Cristobal.
It's
Muy bien.
amazing.
I think there's an O there, not an A.
All in where the accent falls.
If Fleetness were here, he could roll the R's like a serious motherfucker. Cristobal. Tropical Storm Cristobal. Delicious.
Yes, very, very delicious.
So,
What
Sony
do we
Europe's
want to
getting...
talk about first?
Oh yeah, Sony Europe's getting
Sony,
sued.
okay. For just a small amount. It's just tiny.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
just...
only $24 million.
No, 2.4.
2.4
million
Okay.
US.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we
for a
wish it was
company
24.
like Sony, 2.4 million is kind of nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of a drop in the bucket.
They're they're not doing great. They don't need this for damn sure.
Yeah. This is not gonna help them right now.
They're having a rough go because they were supposed to premiere the PS5 last week. No, it was this week or last week. It was definitely one or the other, and they postponed it because of rioting. Which we have no position on, just saying it happened.
Yep.
So, a federal
And
court in
we're-
Australia has hit Sony with a fine for making false or misleading representations and refusing to refund customers. And in Australia, that is extremely illegal because they have one of the most tight Australian consumer laws in, like, the world, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The U.S. needs to take note. That's all I'm saying.
Wouldn't that be great? Basically, what happened was the Sony Europe, which also operates primarily, which has a branch that operates in Australia, told some customers that they couldn't get a refund from them. They needed to get a refund for games or hardware from manufacturer or the place where they bought it, which it doesn't matter in Australia. And they also were giving people digital store credits and all the rest of that. They weren't even giving them the option of getting straight up cash or a money transfer, because under the Australian Consumer Protection Law, if you pay cash for a game and you want to refund the game, you have every right to demand that the refund be in cash. And if somebody says no, then they're the asshole.
Yeah, they're getting their ass in trouble.
So that's pretty much why they were taken to court by the ACCC, which I believe is the Australian Completion and Consumer Commission. Competition, not completion. There's no L in that word. Yeah, Australian Competition and Consumer Commission took Sony EU to court and won. So Sony's got to pay, was it like 3.5 million Australian dollars, which is 2.4 million US dollars. So it was a shit week for Sony.
Yep.
Good week for the Australian people, though.
Heck yeah.
Yep. And some people might even say it was a good week for the rest of us. Well, depending on how much you like EA games. Yeah. A bunch of EA games are released on Steam for the first time ever. Dragon Age 2, Crisis 3, Need for Speed Heat, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborhoodville.
Plants
I didn't-
Zombies?
No,
Oh, yeah.
this is This is Battle for Neighborhoodville. The original Plants vs. Zombie Game of the Year has been on Steam for a while now, but this new one I've never even heard of. I knew of Plants vs. Zombies 2, but not this new one. Need for Speed Rivals, Need for Speed, Unraveled, Unraveled 2, Sea of Solitude, Fae, Dragon Age Inquisition, Burnout Paradise Remastered, and Mirror's Edge Catalyst are all brand new to Steam. Just kind of cool. There's a few games I wish came to Steam that aren't there yet, like Dead Space 3 for one, and the Battlefield games.
Have they ever put Need for Speed Underground or Underground 2 on there? Because those would be worth a buy.
No, and believe it, I tried, and you cannot even find the motherfuckers for PC anymore. Apparently they did release on DVD at one point, but I cannot for the life of me find a DVD that works for Need for Speed Underground on PC.
Those were the best Need for Speed games, dude.
Underground 1 and 2 for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I do have the Need for Speed, just the regular one, or the one they remastered. It's not too bad. I mean, it's definitely not Underground, but it's definitely worth $10. I mean, that's not a bad deal at all. Crysis 3 is a solid deal for $10 if you don't already own it on Origin. I should mention though, because I was interested in buying Crysis 3 on Steam, because Steam games play offline better than Origin games sometimes for me. There is an issue though. If you buy Crysis 3 on Steam and you already own Crysis 3 on Origin, you could run into issues because of the way that they do the linking of accounts and games. So if you buy it on Steam and you already own it on Origin, if I understand it right, the Steam key overwrites the Origin key, and you only own the game on Steam from then on out. You can launch the game from either Steam or Origin, but you can't. Yeah.
Great. Good job, EA.
Yeah. They did a great job, and then they fucked it all up at the same time.
As a note from the Gunslingers, EA, fix your shit.
And then the other interesting EA thing this week is apparently there's going to be a patch for Need for Speed Heat, which will enable crossplay on June 9th, which is probably when this podcast will go live. But apparently it's going to let you play crossplay between Origin and Steam, PS4, and Xbox One. You'll have the option to turn it on or off too.
Yeah, but
Not
it's
Xbox.
coming to the Xbox is pretty great.
Yeah.
That's
what you said, bro.
The latest version of the Xbox is due out sometime next month.
Xbox 6?
That's different. Yeah, no, it's Xbox Ox.
Yeah, it's the Xbox Ox.
I think you guys need hearing aids. I really do. Yep, that's for sure.
Yes, all three of you heard the exact same
Yes, all three of you heard the same
You
thing.
need a hearing aid, and it needs to be turned to Wisconsinite.
I know. Not making fun of Gobi, just love his accent sometimes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Gobi, let me ask you a question. Have you ever played, there's a game on here called Fee. Have you ever played that?
You mean Faye?
Yeah, sure. This is the first time
No, I have not. I didn't even see. I've never even fucking heard of the game before.
Yeah, I've never heard of that game
read
either.
What the fuck is that?
It actually looks kind of cute. You just jump around. You're exploring an open environment, looking at things that are puzzling and solving things. Looking at things that are puzzling and solving puzzles. Puzzling puzzles.
This is still gonna remind me of like Ukulele or whatever.
Never heard of that either, but yeah, there are a couple of games on this list of EA games that just came out on Steam that I never really got into. Dragon Age. I never played Crysis 3, I've never played the
Oh,
Need for
hell no.
Speed. I played Plants vs. Zombies, but I have never played the Battle for Neighborville. It does look adorable.
Yeah, I played the original and then Plants vs. Zombies 2. I have not been keeping up with the evolution of Plants vs. Zombies and was not aware of the Battle for Neighborhoodville.
I will let you know
It looks adorable.
If you have not played and you're at all interested in the Dragon Age series, Dragon Age Inquisition is actually really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it myself.
I have a really stupid reason for not getting into Dragon Age, and that was because it came out around the same time as one of the Mass Effect sequels, or maybe it was actually right after Mass Effect, the first game. And I had played through that entire game, and they had this novel new thing where you were having a conversation and you selected the route that you wanted the conversation to go, and then your character actually said something, and then the NPCs responded to you, and I was like, holy fucking shit, this is the future of gaming. Dragon Age came out, they started talking to me, I selected an option, and they just skipped right over it, and the NPC started talking to me. I never said anything in that game. I was like, this is garbage, this is literally unplayable.
Sounds like a Bethesda game.
Every other game?
Yep. Yeah, pretty much every other game. That's the thing. I fucking love KOTOR. I still love KOTOR. You never say a damn word in that game. That's like the standard NPC interaction sequence for every single game until Mass Effect. Select the option, and the NPC pretends like that's what you just said to them and just starts talking.
Well, I think it's just because they don't want the gamer to be taken out of it by hearing a different voice. But a game like Mass Effect, it made it that it's the story of this guy, and so I think it's a sign when they do that. It's a sign of a better character and usually a better story that involves the character rather than just is kind of generic and character agnostic.
Well,
Yeah,
I was a fan of Mass Effect. I actually didn't play Mass Effect until, and this is sad, this actually should have turned me off to Mass Effect altogether. My first experience with Mass Effect was Andromeda. And
that's a horrible way to introduce. I'm very sorry.
Yes, it is.
Go back and play Mass Effect 1. Just play Mass Effect. Have you done it?
I actually did. After I started playing Mass Effect Andromeda, one of my buddies that I worked with at the time said, dude, I will let you borrow my copies of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 just so that you can get a good Mass Effect experience.
Yeah, good.
So, and I loved them. And it was for that same reason, is much like Knights of the Old Republic, you got choice, and your choices made a difference. Kinda.
I mean, yeah. Through the first one and the second one, yeah, that was actually kind of great, and the start of the third one and everything. But then you get into the people saying, no, it just didn't matter because it was just one of 4 different endings, and the endings were all basically the same. It's like, yeah, because it was 3 games worth of choices coming together. You know what the tree would look like, the decision tree for all of that. The game would have come on 45 DVDs. Enjoy that install.
So essentially, the original Final Fantasy VII. Got it.
Oh, was that the one that actually came on a hard drive?
No, it didn't come on a hard drive, but it had 4 discs that you had to. And when you finished the first disc, and in fact, the first disc ended at the end of, and I remember it because it threw me off. The first disc ended at the end of I believe it was the Shinra Tower fight sequence. The second that ended, it went to a screen that said, after that cinematic ended, it went to the next screen and said, please insert disc 2.
God damn.
Damn it. Immersion breaking.
Yeah, I remember back in the days when games would come like that. There were a bunch of games like that too.
And then, of course, there were games
2003, I believe, was 4 DVD install.
And then,
yeah.
Well, hell, you guys remember back when you had to watch a movie on 2 DVDs?
Yes.
Yeah, I still have the extended Lord of the Rings movies that are 2 discs.
Oh God, you poor bastard! I had the. Did you get the director's cuts that were like 8.5 hours long for each movie?
Yes, fuck yes. I'm looking at them right now. They come in. They look like books. Actually, they're
Yes!
large,
Yes!
thick, inch and a half thick books that you take out, and they've got 8 DVDs, and only 2 or 3 of those are actually the movies. The rest of them are like making of, features, interviews, all the rest of that crap. If you like really want to fucking geek out on Lord of the Rings and how they made those movies, yeah, these are definitely the things to have. I haven't done that in a while.
When those first released, when those particular sets released, I bought all 3 of them, and I will tell you this
They're
now:
beautiful.
I blew an entire weekend watching all of them. I think I started watching Friday night and did not stop until the end of the last movie at like 8 or 9 o'clock on Sunday night.
Last time I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies was college, when Doc and I marathoned all of them in one night.
Were we on drugs?
A lot of them.
Okay, that explains that.
Well,
Yeah,
I
They do
tried to
have
talk.
the
I wasn't
tried to-
going
extended
to
edition.
when you brought it up. I was like, okay. I didn't want to
I tried to talk my wife into marathon watching all of the Marvel Comics movies.
I thought you were going to say
Oh,
drugs, and I was like, that's awesome.
Marathoning all the Marvel Comics movies, but we calculated the total number of hours that would take, and we came up with somewhere in the 122-hour range.
that's a while.
So you said all the Marvel comic movies. Which one did you start with?
You always start with Captain Marvel because that's the one that dates first.
Which?
Or
Captain
sorry,
Marvel movie?
sorry, Captain America, not Captain Marvel.
Captain
First
America.
Avenger. Yes.
You're talking about the Disney Marvel movies.
Yes.
So you're
Yes.
just completely leaving out Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies.
No, he's talking the cartoon versions, not the live actions.
Oh,
He's talking like the legit cartoons.
good. Okay, I
What?
take it all back.
Talking about the
Right.
legit cartoons. I'm talking live action, bro.
So,
Oh, you are
yeah,
talking live action. Okay. See, I thought you were talking about comics.
You're talking about Captain America: The First Avenger with Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, yes?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah. So, did you leave out Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield?
Those particular movies
Um,
don't fall anywhere within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They are part of the Sony Cinematic Universe and do not count.
Yeah, nerds, you are the nerdiest
Really?
of all of us. I just wanted to say that.
That's a really stupid distinction to draw, and also Eric Bana and Edward Norton would also be very disappointed that you just completely neglected their Hulk movies.
Actually, no, I do not neglect those Hulk movies because they are part of it.
Well, that's funny, because I'm pretty sure Eric Bana neglects the Hulk movie.
He definitely does.
Eric Bana's Hulk movie didn't count. Edward Norton's Hulk movie is actually part of the MCU. It was included in the Phase 1 box set.
You're drawing some really particular lines here, and I'm not sure that I agree with them.
Well,
Okay,
no,
wait,
okay. In my defense, I'm not drawing those lines. I am going based off of the Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, and Phase 4 box sets, which don't include the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield movies. Now, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man movie out of that particular chunk would be Spider-Man 3. But that's just because Tobey Maguire was allowed to just be Tobey Maguire.
I just imagine.
Iron Man.
So, yeah, are you talking about Spider-Man 3, the movie that came out in theaters, or are you just talking about like a porn?
No, not a porn. God, no, not a porn.
Those movies were made back when
Disappointment in
Tobey
your
Maguire
voice is
fucked.
palpable.
What?
Does anyone here? Does anyone else besides me here know about the Pussy Posse? Way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire, probably the two top names there, they had a Pussy Posse where they just fucked. They were young, they were on fire career-wise. Yeah, it must have been a hell of a time for them.
That's amazing. But no, I did not know that. But now that I do know that, I will look at him in a completely different light.
Yeah, you're gonna file that away in the spank bank, ain't you?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay. Didn't Iron Man
So-
1 and 2 come before Captain America and the Avengers?
Okay, Gobi,
God.
listen,
Or is that,
Gobi,
is
Gobi,
that just
listen.
how they released the movies?
Gobi, just stop. Just stop.
I'm with you,
You're
Gobi.
hurting my feelings.
No, I'm with Gobi.
When I decided to watch the Marvel movies with my wife, we went through and we are watching them by date order. So Captain America: The First Avenger happened back in during World War II. That movie comes first. Then Captain Marvel, then so on and so forth.
So if you're going to watch the Fast and the Furious movies, what order would you watch the Fast and the Furious movies in? The order in which they were released in theaters, or the chronological order within the movies?
I can't. I'm too sober. I can't do this. I'm too sober. It's Monday.
I don't watch the Fast and Furious movie. I didn't watch any of the Fast and Furious movies past the first one.
You're probably a better person for it, but still, question remains valid.
At least 2 and 3, okay? But after that, yeah, we'll go. Yeah, okay, maybe 2. We'll go with 2. 1 and 2. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Yeah.
The only time that you need to actually distinguish between watching movies in the chronological in movie time versus the date that they were released is when it comes to Star Wars. And the whole point of that is that you laugh your ass through episodes 1, 2, and 3, then you get to 4, 5, and 6 that are actually good, and then you stop.
And then
Yeah,
if you're really
that's about right.
good, you watch the last 3. I'm just saying. I mean, they got to be good for something. And I mean,
not yet. They need to age a little bit. We haven't even gotten to the best of the memes yet. I feel like we need years to get around to memeing those movies, and then they will attain the status that the prequels have attained.
Yeah. I think the prequels might have been better for that, better built for that than these. These are just. I believe I mean, I liked them. Okay, I'll admit that I enjoyed all 3 or all 9 Star Wars movies, even the last 3. Do I think? I think the prequel movies are probably better than these last 3. I did enjoy that they put a nice. We won't go into it. But yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are my. Like, that's Star Wars. Like, if I tell somebody to go watch Star Wars, you go watch 4, 5, and 6. Fuck the prequels. Fuck 7, 8, 9. Go watch 4, 5, 6. You're either going to love it or hate it.
I mean, what you said about the prequels, for memeing purposes, yeah, absolutely. George Lucas, say whatever you want about him being able to write dialogue, which in my opinion he cannot. Every single line spoken in episodes 1, 2, and 3 can be put into a meme or a reaction or something like that. And people have done it. And it's spectacular. It's fucking hilarious.
A guy on Reddit did a meme, like he did a meme a day for every line in the prequels, because prequel memes is an incredible subreddit. And it was a labor of love.
The General Grievous memes alone are great.
Well, there was one guy on the prequel memes page who added a new lightsaber to General Grievous's collection every day for I think it was up to like 40 or 50 days. And it was just a picture of General Grievous with more and more arms being added onto him with another lightsaber on it. But each one was an actual lightsaber from an actual Jedi.
My favorite lightsaber was meme that came out of that was not lightsaber, but life savers. So it was just the candy that was being spattered all over there. And it's a YouTube video. You can go find this YouTube video because it used to be a Vine until they closed that shit down. It's just a guy saying, "Hey, you want a lifesaver?" And the picture of General Grievous and all the lifesavers on it. "Your lifesaver will make a fine addition to my collection." I was just like, okay. That was.
I think there was actually, if I can find it again, I'll post it. But there is actually somebody who did the General Grievous with multiple arms and all of the lightsabers, and that's the scene where he does break them all out, and then they went ahead and did the motion and everything, and he just cuts himself all up, and the scene ends.
Let's see that.
All right, so we'll go there just for this because why not? I'll feed the trolls here. The better question is how come they never made a General Grievous sex toy?
Did they not?
I don't know. I mean, if they did,
Something tells me
never...
that's a thing.
I mean, you guys keep talking about his arms and all this stuff. I keep thinking, yeah. Come on, guys. You're disappointing me. Really? This.
I'll go. I'll look it up. That's a valid point. I'll go look it up right now.
They have a death. Okay, let's see here on Etsy. Now, mind you, this is Etsy.
Oh God.
They have a Death Star ball gag. A dildoda.
Oh God. Does it grow when you push a button?
Oh yeah, look at that. There's a Darth Vader vibrator.
Yep.
It's a magic wand, but the tip of it is Darth Vader's head. That's pretty great. There's one of R2-D2 as well. Oh, that's nice. That's family
So
friendly.
see, that one I could totally get.
Nothing beats the. Oh, so you're looking at the same Etsy page I am. Nothing beats the hand Solo. Han Solo's. It's the male aide that is Han in the Carbonite.
Oh, that's.
I'm going through Google Images, and there are an awful lot of pictures of General Grievous as a Lego character doing things that a Lego character would not do. But yeah, no, it doesn't. Just from a cursory search, I can't find anything that's specifically a General Grievous sex toy.
Okay, this is odd. They have.
I mean, how did they pass on that?
C-3PO butt plug. That's it. We've reached peak.
Anthony Daniels would actually probably really like that.
I mean, yeah, they.
Only way to keep that man from shitting all over his co-stars, anyway.
Oh, hey-o!
Sorry, I dislike Anthony Daniels as a human being. He's a fine C-3PO, though.
So, I did want to mention one thing in gaming news, at least in the Blizzard universe, because, you know, Blizzard actually listened to their player base for once. And completely...
They did what?
They listened to their player base. Yes, you heard that correctly. You don't have something crazy in your ear.
I don't believe you.
Well,
I hear your voice in my ears, so I definitely have something crazy in my ear.
Well, there's that. But when they initially announced Shadowlands, they introduced Torghast, which is a cell block run, continuous dungeon type mechanic. And they said, okay, we're going to put torments on this, and the torments will do will pretty much it'll be a soft enrage timer. All of the player base was like, okay, you've already given us Mythic Plus, which has a massive timer on it. So why are you giving us something else with a timer on it when we have specifically said we don't want that? It was adding stacks of adding debuffs in the form of torments to the player characters the longer they stayed on the floor within the tower. So Blizzard actually listened, and instead of making it a persistent damage debuff on every character in the party, each floor is going to have a torment that will either increase the HP of the enemy characters by 3% up to 5 minutes. It will increase their damage output by 3% up to 5 minutes, a minute up to 5 minutes, and then it will increase their magical damage output same, and then there was a fourth one, and I forget what it was, but the actual player base applauded Blizzard for doing this because it was better than what they had initially said they were going to do.
Good on them. Good on them. Speaking of people listening to, we are finally getting AI teammates in Ghost Recon Breakpoint next month, maybe, unless it's delayed.
Just in time
Again.
for everybody who have gotten over playing that game.
Yeah, this is one of those updates. I really hope they add more to the game than just AI teammates, because that's not really going to do much for a lot of people with the game.
I haven't played Breakpoint in probably a month, and
well, you don't have your reason to.
Doc or eliteness, I don't know. That game was super fun, and then
you beat the story, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat it. You basically beat the game, and there's no content left.
There was
other than the raid.
Event. We did that. Did they keep on going with the Terminator event at all?
No, there's like the 5 missions or whatever that you guys played, and that's it. And there hasn't been another live event since then. Hopefully, there's another live event when the AI teammate one drops.
I mean, for the longest time, Doc and I were just basically running around being war criminals, and that was fun. But kind of good.
Yeah, well, we just we took a break from it for a while, started playing other games, and then we never really went back because I think, as Gobi said, there was no real content there to do. We were just having fun with how the game was bugged out almost every time we tried to do something.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the update was supposed to come out this month, but obvious reasons, it got pushed to next month, which is fine, I guess. I mean, whatever, as long as there's some significant content to come with AI teammates. Like, give us something more to play. I mean, anything at this point. Like, bring back Horde mode from Wildlands or something. Like, I don't know. Ghost War is... I almost like Ghost War better, which is their PvP or whatever. I like the Ghost War in Wildlands better than I did in Breakpoint. Like, in Breakpoint, it's just not any fun at all. Wildlands, it was at least semi-fun. It was a good time, but not Breakpoint. It needs more content, for sure.
The AI teammates might be a good opportunity to introduce some of that.
For sure. I mean, well, hopefully they add, like, even another live event. Like, they had the green missions, I can't remember what they're called now. They're like guerrilla missions. Those were cool when you had a reason to play them, but then they took away that whole reward system, and and the reward system was like the season for any other game. For those of you who haven't played it,
I'm still not 100% sure why they did that.
Apparently, it was broken, and people were gaming it, and it was like exploitable, so they just killed it, and you don't need to replace it or fix it. Just get rid of it and never put anything back in its place because reasons.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll come back later, but I mean, like, the base work is there for it, and it worked before, but like Omega said, a few assholes kind of ruined it for everybody because they figured out how to game the system, and and some of the outfits were broken. Like, if you got the Walker outfit as a reward or whatever, and you put it on, like, it would crash the game. Like,
great.
It was,
Well, to be fair, we're talking about Breakpoint here, so if you turn the game on, it would crash the game.
Sometimes,
So
yes.
Yeah, I still can't play that game for longer than 15 minutes without a fresh driver install. Figure that one out, Ubisoft.
Yeah. They have some fun stuff. The only thing we got left is this mod news, which I want to touch on this one, and then another mod that kind of touched a nerve, we'll say. So
Touched your penis.
Jurassic Life is a mod for Half-Life 2 that's set on the getaway island of, Iceland.
Well, here's the thing. It was a Half-Life 2 mod, and you needed Half-Life 2 to play it. It is now coming as a standalone game, and you will not need Half-Life 2. You only need I think it's SDK 2013, which is
that's free.
It's free on Steam. So just grab that, and you can play this, no problem. But yeah, it takes you back to Isla Nublar in the original Jurassic Park movie. It has voice actors doing their gosh darndest to impersonate Samuel L. Jackson and whoever the guy was that played the hunter that said "clever girl" and then got his face messily torn off.
Sam Neill.
No, that's not Sam Neill.
Wait, Samuel L. Jackson was in Jurassic Park?
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude,
God,
you
yes.
never got-
Hang on to your
Hold
butts.
on to your butts.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Like, I remember it's, I want to say John Malkovich, but that's not the guy I'm thinking of.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, that's the guy I'm actually thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill and the lady who had good credits in acting until she had purple hair in one of the Star Wars movies were all in the original Jurassic Park movie.
I thought you said Sam
Along with Samuel Jackson, and I'll tell you the name of this guy. But he's the hunter that gets torn apart by raptors while they're trying to turn the power back on.
Was he British or Australian?
It
believe
was
he was
difficult to
Australian.
Clever girl guy.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
okay.
I said.
His costume.
I need to go back and
wardrobe
watch
were
fucking
made
Jurassic
to
Park,
make him look
apparently.
Australian. I'm
It
not
was-
sure if he was actually Australian.
It was difficult to tell his accent because it sounded like he was storing like food in his mouth sack for future consumption the entire movie.
I mean, don't you do that?
I don't have a mouth sack anymore. They took it out.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. But anyway, this standalone Jurassic Park game is a blast from the past and a little bit of nostalgia for you. It's kind of funny. I saw the trailer of it. The trailer actually takes the form of a training video that has VHS grain on it, and the voice actors doing their thing. It's kind of funny. It's goofy, so it's worth a laugh. If it comes out and it's cheap or free, why not check it out?
Sure.
Yeah, go
So-
watch Jurassic Park again, the 1995 one.
Yeah, I definitely
So-
have to.
It's got
So I posted
Newman in it.
something in the podcast
Newman.
channel. As you guys all know, I'm a huge fan of Crysis, and I play it modded and whatnot. So this new mod was released just a few days ago. This article was written on June 2nd, and it's called Crysis Enhanced Mod, which basically it's a huge texture update and stuff, and makes it look super pretty and all this stuff. And if you want to download it, you need to go sign up for a Patron, and you have to donate to play this mod.
Oh, Patreon.
Yeah, little.
Did he just call up
fuck
Patron?
Donate
did.
to
Yeah, I did.
Tequila.
Patrons.
Donate to some of
That's-
the worst tequila I've ever had in my life that tastes like straight gasoline.
But they put it in a fancy glass bottle, so you know it's good.
No,
They certainly
no,
do.
no. Gasoline tastes better. Gasoline tastes better than.
It
I don't
might.
want to know how you know what gasoline tastes like. That's
Hey,
my concern.
Matt, I worked at a gas
Hold
station. I was a
hold-
gas
hold.
jockey for like a year. I know what gasoline tastes like.
You not had to siphon gasoline?
Yeah.
Bro, I've
out of
never been
something?
that broke.
Well, you don't have to be broke to siphon gasoline.
No, you just
What
have to be
happens
a
when you-
jerk.
Or
Well,
you have a full
apparently
tank of
I am
gas,
not
you
a
gotta
jerk.
replace your fuel pump, so you got to drain the gas tank somehow. So you have to siphon the gas out so you can replace the fuel pump. You know, that's how most normal people think. Not, oh, you're an asshole. Like,
Or no, I was thinking about
you-
stealing
you just
gasoline.
sugar in the tank. I do not condone that. Do not do that. Yep. Anyway, moving on.
This is 100% supported by Gobi, but it's not the views of the Gunslinger Gaming clan.
So that's the thing.
but yeah,
They pay locked a mod for Crisis.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, granted, yeah, they did a whole bunch of nice work, and you know, if they had just like put it out to public and I'd been able to download this for free, I probably would have donated. But because I got to pay to even download it, I'll just wait for the remaster to come out.
They, in this case, is the Remaster Studio modding team.
Yeah.
So they want they did some work. They want some money. That's fine.
Oh, they must
if you really like Crysis, you know, get it. Gobi, I know your kids don't listen to this podcast because they're totally not allowed to. But yeah, this is a good thing for your dad's birthday or Christmas, whichever comes first.
Except for I already own it on every fucking platform.
No, I mean this mod. Get the mod.
Oh, no, I'm good. I have other ones. My Crisis actually looks almost as good as this without paying money. But it did take me a few hours to do this by myself.
That's the point. You could just get this mod, and then you could get rid of that version, and then you can install like 17 more 10 to 50 gigabyte games on that drive.
Probably not. This one's probably bigger. I mean, I only have 4K textures max. This one apparently has 8K. I mean, if Gears of War is 130 gigabytes with 4K textures, I don't want to know how big fucking 8K textures are.
Oh my god, you're right.
Saying.
It features 8K rocks and grounds, 4K structures, screen space reflections, max particles, particle lights, indirect skylighting, reworked indoor lights, improved fog volumes, and more. TM.
Yeah. The problem is it's still using Crytek Engine 2 or 3 tops. And
how old is that?
Well, I think they're on 5.7 at the current moment.
Yeah, 4K and 8K textures in a game engine. That's how many generations out of date now?
Yeah.
At least 50.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah. But I'm assuming the remaster is probably coming later this summer anyway. It's gonna be official. I'm sure it's gonna have 4K. Hopefully it'll be betterly optimized because it's in CryEngine 5.7. Which apparently there's a new game out that uses a similar engine that everybody says is absolutely amazing looking. The Hunt or something like that. It's not a game any of us would play. It's like one of those 4v1 survival multiplayer games.
Oh, yeah, I actually know what you're talking about. Somebody was talking about it late last week. I'll see if I can find it. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's called. I think it's called The Hunt. And it's apparently it's a beautiful game. And it's one of the only games that uses the current CryEngine, which apparently is easier to use now than older CryEngines. Which when I tried back in the day, it was not newbie friendly for sure. And yeah, speaking of mods, didn't you get a mod or something for World of Warcraft that has changed your life there?
Oh, it's just
Zero.
auto. It's just auto messaging within the guild chat. It's nothing new.
Wait, like, is it? Oh, it's a bot or whatever. You had to.
Yeah, it's a enhancement.
Enhancement.
You know, kind of like
Enhance.
Let me think.
Enhance.
Kind of like Pamela Anderson, circa circa 1999 when she
Oh,
had the
Baywatch.
surgery. Baywatch. Did he just say Baywatch?
I said Baywatch.
It was Baywatch.
I
I
was
heard it.
trying to
See?
Hey, all right, I'm working on not being sober. Shut up and keep going.
Fair. That's fair.
You were saying?
Oh no, it's
So are we talking like pre-saxophone or post-saxophone here? Nobody knows
I
what I'm
got
talking
it.
about, do they?
no.
I got it. I thought it was good.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oh, no, I'm not pretty sure. I just wanted to say that, Gobi, if you could just say enhance a couple more times, that's good ASMR. I actually want to try to create a remix of that, because it's relaxing me and making me kind of thirsty.
Nobody got that movie, though. Like, nobody got the movie reference. I was disappointed. I was very disappointed. Still nobody? Super Troopers?
Well, that's a reference to was it NCIS?
Yep.
That's actually a reference based on a reference to an episode of NCIS.
Yeah, I don't remember the episode of NCIS, though.
I don't think you've ever watched NCIS.
Yeah. It's not horrible, it's not great, but yeah. Unless you really love crime scene drama shows, it can easily be a pass.
Or if you're a senior citizen living in a senior housing community.
Easy.
Hey,
It's a thing that they watch.
It definitely is.
I'm more of an
and
SVU guy myself.
That's
That's just because Mariska Hargitay is fucking hot.
Zero's also getting a head start on being a senior citizen.
Yep, pretty much.
And you guys think that the Star Wars sex toys or something? There's a whole line of Marvel sex toys out.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, come on, the Infinity Gauntlet.
You know what? The very first thing this article features is the Thanos fist.
Of course it is. Why would it not be?
And
I just wanted to feel the power between my legs.
I was gonna say that I've never imagined what Hulk's dick looks like, but that's not true. This is just like more confirmation than anything else. Like, yeah, I think that's what it looks like. Good job, guys. There's a Iron Man butt plug and a Captain America butt plug, so the two of them can get together and fight it out. And there's a Black Widow branded fleshlight known as Agent Gets Me Off. That's actually kind of clever.
It's both witty and fitting.
Oh, it vibrates. It's got batteries.
And it's special.
I mean, all sex toys are special, and the one that's the clear take home winner is Thor's hammer. Apparently, well, you know what? It's actually a good thing. That's why butt plugs are shaped the way that they are, because you want to put it in, but you don't want it to go all the way in and get, like lost in there. So essentially, you'd be sticking the entire handle of a hammer up your ass, and the hammer part itself, the mallet, would keep it from going in too far. So well done.
Are we discussing the mechanics of butt plugs on this podcast?
I mean, we can. We're pretty much in charge of the show.
It gives a whole new meaning to the word "stick up your ass."
This is an adult gaming podcast. This is nothing we haven't all thought about before. What would it like to be fisted by Thanos?
Yeah.
Conversation comes to a screeching halt. All right, I've done my job.
And we broke the podcasts with sex toys.
It's one hell of a way to break the podcast.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I'm just glad it took, 49 minutes to break this podcast.
It's true. And another tidbit of random bullshit as we go out is that the only game so far in 2020 that's been released to use the Cry engine is Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem. But it does not use the new Cry 5 engine. It uses the Cry engine 3.6. 3.6-4.
Wow.
So yeah, Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem. It must look really pretty. This is a crazy engine.
Yeah. It's definitely more advanced than it used to be. I mean, and yeah, the original Crysis is on CryEngine 2, so yeah. The limitations there are crazy.
I'm just looking at the family tree for the Cry engine, and it looks beautiful. It's like, this is a piece of art.
Yes, it really is.
So pretty. All right. So yeah, is there a roundtable?
I didn't really have one. I guess anybody read books?
I do read
a
books,
book?
but if you don't have a roundtable off the top of your head, I've got one.
Yeah, I got an
All right.
All right, fine.
Let's hear it.
Let's do Omegas.
Well, with things being the way they are and all the gaming news and releases and everything getting put on holds, what are you guys looking forward to right now? Like, what kind of things are you doing in gaming? Looking forward to? Is there anything that how are you coping with the slowdown of the video gaming industry?
Well, it's a very good question. I think the first place that we should start off is that in Warframe, the Deadlock Protocol is coming out this week. That's
Nice.
right. Warframe.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to be all about. I started playing Warframe again a little while ago, and I haven't read the first thing about what's supposed to be on this update.
You're playing Warframe right now.
Yes.
You can play this whole podcast, actually. So the Deadlock Protocol is going to be the revamp of all the Corpus ships. So you get a brand new tile set for the Corpus ships, which is the oldest tile set in the entire game. If you want to go to Gobi's YouTube channel and look back at his 2013 videos, you can see him trying to play Warframe in its really, really super early stages. That tile set that you're on in that video, Gobi, has not changed since then, but it's going to change this week.
That's oh wow.
Yeah,
I have mixed feelings on it because I like that they're adding new things, but I also like the classics, and I think it'd be cool if they kept them both.
They're probably okay. So knowing the way some people's minds work in DE, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept that tile set in the game and it became part of hidden areas, or every once in a while you would load into a Corpus mission and it would be the old tile set. That would be really neat.
Yeah, I would like that. But you go to Jupiter, which they redid recently, and it's just completely different, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Some of the stuff that they did that they were like, oh, this looks really cool, and it's like, yeah, but it's really annoying to play.
It can be. There are certain areas of the Jupiter tile set now that are easily navigated using a later game mechanic that new players would not have access to. So you'd be spending a lot of time jumping along walls, trying to find things to latch onto or land on, and doing a lot of falling. Infinite falling and reloading back where you started. So there is that. But also in the Deadlock Protocol, it also features a new mission. So there will be a whole new quest mission to do to unlock a brand new Warframe. And they've also redone at least one of the boss fights, which would be the Jackal fight. Jackal.
Nice.
So yeah, Warframe's got some good stuff going on right now.
What about you, Zero?
Well, honestly, outside of playing Warcraft, I've gotten into GTA, thanks to, a couple of the people here in this podcast. And
had nothing to do with that.
of Gobi.
I had nothing to do with this.
No. I believe you were the one who said, it's free right now, go and get it. But that has been the extent of your interaction with me in GTA 5. It's mainly just been roaming around and causing mayhem with Doc, Masami, and Omega.
Gobi doesn't like how we play the game.
He likes to actually play the game.
He likes to treat it like a driving simulator and a tactical shooter.
No,
and we like hijacking helicopters and crashing them into civilians.
Simulator?
Funneling civilians off of bridges to make them explode their own cars. Taking over garages. We found a couple new rampages last night, so now we can take over Los Santos garages and just wait for the police to fatal funnel in through that door.
It's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah, I discovered that by accident. I didn't even mean to do that.
That's the weird thing, because I've done that before. I told you, I took a police cruiser in there ages ago so I could do donuts around the shop, but it never occurred to me, hey, kill the guy who's in here so the shop closes, and then bring your armored car in and start a rampage. Never thought of it before then.
That is kind of semi-genius.
Then, and of course, relearning everything that I had ever forgotten about table gaming.
Okay.
Yeah, Gobi. Unless Zero has more.
Yeah, I've been slacking on the whole gaming front. I haven't gamed really in the last 2 weeks.
You're the leader of a gaming community, for fuck's sake, man.
Yeah. So I bought a new bike, and
PP Rocket.
I never ever leave anything I buy the way I buy it, because it is just never me. So I've been messing with that.
PP big?
No, just modifying it for myself. I like things a certain way. And sure, whatever. And then of course, I got to get shit ready for the kids for summer. The pool's got to get opened up, and air conditioner needed to get fixed, and yard work and all that fun stuff. Good old springtime. I just want to finish up my Division 2 season shit before that ends. And that's about all I really have. There's nothing coming out, nothing I'm super stoked for. I guess the Crysis Remaster and Mass Effect Remasters, if they come out, are probably this summer if they drop, but I have a feeling they're not going to come until Christmas season. So Cyberpunk 2077 in the fall is the next thing to look forward to. That's kind of depressing. Fuck.
Wasn't there a game that was coming out? Last of Us. Yeah, Last of Us is coming out this month, actually.
What's that?
Last of Us Part 2.
Sarcasm.
It's a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sarcasm.
come on, man.
Honestly,
don't be a dick.
I'm kind of over that series, though. I mean, the first game was good. It had a good storyline to it, but it's been so long that I've moved on to other stuff. I'm not really looking forward to that, personally.
Did you never even owned a PS4 in the first place?
That's also true. I've never owned a PS4. I will never own a PS5. I'll probably never own an Xbox X, unless you can actually have sex with it, in which case it might be worth a look at.
Right. I don't think you'll be able to... Well, you might be able to modify it, but I'm sure that'll avoid the warranty.
That's the biggest thing to worry about, is voiding the warranty.
I'm just saying, that's about the only thing you gotta worry about. I mean, in case you're curious.
Oh, God.
It just says summer. It used to say June. I was like, oh, well, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn is actually going to come out, and I could be looking forward to that. But it just says summer 2020, so...
That's now.
Yeah, that could be any time from, June 22nd to August?
Now is the
September?
summer of our discount tent.
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
That was acceptable.
Thank you. Get a lot of Shakespeare references in our gaming podcast.
Hey, we're equal opportunity here.
That could have actually also gone the way of a camping discount tent. Ha!
Yeah.
I'm from the. Oh God! See, I cannot waste my Southern humor on y'all.
I thought
Fuck
that
all
was
y'all.
that he made.
It was. Now is the summer of our discount tent. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I thought that was the joke.
No, I was thinking discount, as in discount on games, because there are many sales going on right now. I didn't even pay attention to that until I thought about it.
All right, just to ease up on Zero, it's a fair point that we didn't bring up the Steam Summer Sale, but the Steam Summer Sale has begun, and there are games on Steam that are on sale right now. But are there also games on sale on GOG this week? Gobi, have you checked?
Yes, there is.
Good. Go
sure.
to GOG first. Before you check out Steam, go to GOG.
Yeah. I agree. And Epic, I believe their game's still on sale there as well.
This week's game is Overcooked.
Oh,
whatever that game is.
Is that the co-op? Yeah, the co-op chef game where you have to help everyone.
Yeah.
We should get that.
It's like a really fun party game.
Yeah, we should get that. I'll go grab that.
I'm sorry, y'all heard that, right? We are recording this podcast. That was all heard, right? Everybody, all right, good.
Yes.
Good. Don't edit that out, motherfucker.
I don't have live edit. If I had live editing, I would have gone back to when you said Oxbox.
I have no idea what's going on.
It's a joke, man. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Again, I'm working on not being sober, and it's working well. So, on that note,
Omega didn't tell us what games he's looking forward to.
Yeah, Omega, come on.
Oh, right. I posed the question and forgot and didn't even think about answering it. I've just been balls deep in D&D shit because, you don't need to worry about upcoming releases when you're making the game yourself and having your friends help you make it as you go along. And it's been a ton of fun. Like this last week, over the weekend, and today and a couple days at the end of last week, I've started learning how to do a really janky version of coding for the bot that we use in my Discord for the game. Our session last week, Zero joined our regular gaming session, so like him and I got to write a bunch of cool shit for that.
Spoilers: the group is deliberately trying to get him killed.
Damn it! I
didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you all avoided the fight.
See that coming. All.
I mean, come on. What were we
shock.
supposed to do?
Fight him.
I mean,
kill him.
I mean, yeah, and I deliberately avoided the fight and didn't even really think it was going to work. If I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah, well, you avoided the fight, and it's cool. It's fun to play a game in an ever-changing world and collaboratively with a group of friends shape it as you go along.
Though I did hear the disappointment when Doc did not get to throw the lightning spear at the keg of blasting powder.
I can understand the disappointment. I can totally understand that. I mean, that sounds like a good time.
You know what?
It's a damn good time.
The javelin of lightning isn't going anywhere, and neither are those 3 powder kegs, or however many you have. And you've still got plenty of opportunities to use them. You just can't blow up the crime boss.
Well, can we settle for like the whole castle? I mean,
no, there's not enough blasting powder for that.
Nah, it's not quite that powerful.
You
Bridge?
Theoretically, if you could, bridge is totally doable. Theoretically, if you could find a castle like, shit, it's not Windsor. I think it's Westchester. It's one of those castles. It's in the UK. It's very large. It's very tall. It's narrow and thin, but tall. So if you could find a structure like that, and you could find the support pillars on the bottom, you could probably blow out those support pillars, and that might bring down a whole castle.
Yep. Yeah, raw damage.
We're not getting into a D&D.
Don't do too much, but yeah.
We're just talking about things that go boom. All right.
Yep. Explosives. Gobi, it's legal to buy the black. Okay, have we all seen Tiger King?
Yep.
No.
Kinda.
But you can freely talk about it because I have no plans on watching it ever.
I actually just want to see.
missing out, Gobi.
I just want to
missing
see. I want to see if Gobi knew what the blasting powder that you can buy is called, because I can't remember the name of it. It's basically dynamite.
It's at gun stores, and it's made so that when you shoot it, it explodes, just to have fun when you shoot things and make them explode.
Tannerite.
Right.
That's what it is.
Tannerite. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Gobi,
Oh,
have you
brother,
ever-
that's a staple here in the South, man.
I want to know if Gobi ever played around with Tannerite.
No. No.
The last time I played around with Tannerite, we were shooting against the side of a hill. My stepbrother may have put too much in the 2-liter bottle that we were shooting at, and we may have lit the entire hillside on fire.
It's a 2-liter bottle. If you just fill it up, how did you put too much in the 2-liter bottle?
Because there is a correct amount of Tannerite to keep that from happening.
Yeah, maybe the 2-liter bottle itself was too much.
There may have been alcohol involved. I'm just saying.
That's
Okay.
great. Yeah, alcohol and explosives and firearms.
Always a good time.
We here at Gunslinger Gaming endorse gun safety and proper gun usage.
Yes. I mean, if you're going to do something stupid like that, just use a recurve bow and a flaming arrow. Because that'll work out so much better for you. I promise. Do not take that fucking advice.
I can see a couple problems with that. The first one being, you have to create a flaming arrow every time you miss.
But Lord help if you actually get the shot. Oh God! Don't take Gobi's advice.
No, that was. I mean, technically, a compound bow would shoot much better, but yeah, recurve is safer for most people.
Just use a longbow. Pretend like you're back in the Middle Ages. or recreate the
your neighbor's house are made out of asphalt or metal, you're probably safe. Anything else, you might want to rethink that. Just
we can bring. This is beautiful. We can bring this all around to wrap up the podcast. We can take it back to Lord of the Rings. If you want to recreate the Battle of Helm's Deep, find yourself a big-ass stone wall and get a lot of that blasting powder and a longbow with a flaming arrow on it. Closest, safest way that you could probably do it.
Gunpowder works well. Do not put it in a metal container, as that will create very bad shrapnel and can hurt somebody. I would recommend like a wood barrel, and I wouldn't fill it full. Yeah, for safety purposes, of course.
Splinters are much better than shrapnel.
Yes, because wood splinters are so much better when they're flying at you at I don't know, subsonic speeds.
I mean, yeah, just use a Coke bottle. Use a plastic bottle, which is probably a horrible idea. I've certainly never blown up a plastic bottle before. For legal purposes,
Gunslinger Gaming does endorse safe gun use.
The thing with the barrels is it's a much bigger target because you have to stand so far back to hit what you're aiming at, and with a longbow, well, let's face it, you're not going to be terribly accurate because you have to aim down the arrow for the aiming system. So, and to try and hit one of those little tiny bottles, you got to be way too close, which puts you inside the danger area.
2 liters is a pretty big bottle. I'm just saying, it's pretty easy to hit it from 200-300 feet away. Again, I've never actually done it.
I have.
I wanted.
No, okay, yeah, now I'm looking at the lawyers, and they say we should probably wrap this podcast up.
We do not condone or endorse any of this, and do not listen to my advice.
They're doing the thing where they
It's
spin their
safer for
wrist
everybody.
around. Like, wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for listening, and peace out.
Titties and explosions.
Penis.
Okay.